occasion. You've been around, obviously, this whole last year, and you've seen Jalen debated so much about national recognition, all those things. He was voted number 3 on the NFL Top 100. What are your thoughts on that? How proud are you as a friend?
I mean, as a friend, I'm extremely proud of him, what he's accomplished this past season, But as a teammate, I think nobody cares, and he doesn't care either, and that's okay, because we know we want to achieve. Like, we're not in it for individual goals, but only team goals, So we're excited for him with all the recognition he gets and everything, but just like him, we're trying to stay focused on the task at hand, and so.
Brought to a new city, it can be overwhelming as a player, right?
Uh-huh.
You've seen it in other sports, with football, but other sports where it's a struggle to figure that out. For you, it didn't seem to be. Any thought as to why?
Probably because just how I'm wired, and I try not to worry about opinions of others, Of course, you guys got to do a job, good or bad, but I try not to read the stuff, because it can get overwhelming, it can get in your brain, and the fans, they do a good job of supporting us, but also when you mess up, they do tell you when you mess up. So therefore, I don't try to get into all that. I try to stay grounded and tell myself I don't play for man, I play for God, and so that's the only voice I need to hear. That's the only person I need to care about, So, and that's just how I just stay grounded, me personally, So.
How important was that this offseason as you were getting over the Super Bowl and everything like that?
It was really important. I try not to just look at the negatives and try to look at the positive. This past year was a really good year for me. It bombed out at the end, but I try to, really be grateful and appreciate the little small things, and I'm really blessed, and it's unfortunate we didn't win, but you got to move on and you got to get up off the mat. It takes courage to get off the mat and get back to work, to start over, and that's where we are, and that's what we're doing.
You told us at the end of last season and sort of lock or clean out how you would attack the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Did it go the way you wanted, and how do you feel physically relative to where you wanted to be?
It went exactly how I wanted. I laid out a plan for myself, me and my trainer, and we stuck to it. And that's just how the summer went. I try to focus on the word discipline as much as I can. And that was my main focus, my mindset. I was gonna work hard regardless, but just being as disciplined as possible. Staying consistent as much as I can. And I think that's the most important. The most important thing, I think, really great athletes who really excel, just those are I really feel like the people who really excel are the ones who last the longest, and it's about lasting the longest and you being consistent the longest, and that's what I was trying to do, even if it's waking up in the morning, stretching and doing the routine, eating at a certain time. Like, I was really being really strict on myself, and so.
Zach Cunningham, you guys overlapped for like a month or so in Tennessee, is that right?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had any impressions of him.
I've been knowing Zach a while, even though I haven't played with him a while, but I've been knowing him a while, playing against him. He was always a force in Houston, and when he came over to the Titans, we kind of created a little bond, but I'm glad he's here. He's going to be a huge impact for us. I'm like I said, I'm glad it's a great pickup.
What have been your takeaways from camp? I guess good practices. What have been your takeaways?
I would say we done some really good stuff, but there's also some stuff that we need to improve on. We're not where we want to be. It's a long way off, but we got time to improve in each and every day. So we're trying to stay focused each and every day, and to get better. We're not comfortable. And most importantly, we hold each other accountable, and I think that's a really good thing.
Some things that you feel like need to be improved upon here.
I can just say just certain situations, I can't just pinpoint something, but I just say certain situations, handling the situation better, just being more clean, communicating, stuff like that, normal stuff, just starting all over again.
Back to the offseason, did you spend much time with Jalen, like throwing sessions or anything like that?
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
I heard about this elaborate computer setup you had to watch film. Did you see that?
Nah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
The fans saw the touchdown catch you had the other night. A, what happened on that catch that stood out to you? And B, when you make that type of play, whether you practice in game, do you know at the moment it's kind kind of going to go viral, for lack of a better term?
I don't know what's gonna go viral. I don't try to worry about stuff like that. But in that moment, that was a 2-minute situation, and I was gassed. I was so tired, and I was just trying to make a play. And so for me to make a play in a critical moment for Jalen, that just builds confidence. And in any situations, he's gonna give me a shot. Regardless of we just running down here and turn around, jump up. And that's what I want. I want to build that chemistry and build that confidence in him, so that he can take chances and give me a shot.
AJ, do you have the sense that Jalen's going to take his game to another level this year? If so, what is that going to look like?
I don't want to put a ceiling on him, and I don't know what it's going to look like. But I know what I can say, that he comes to work. He's one of the hardest workers in the building. I think everyone knows that. He is just focused on being consistent as ever. He's leading his team, and of course, I would love to see him take another step, because that means we all take another step. So.
Seen evidence of that so far in training camp, of him taking another step?
I definitely say the first couple of days, I definitely felt like he was just on another level, and making throws here and there, just making it look easy, just being real calm, like he's in a game, but just like everybody got stuff to work on. I'm sure he'll tell you he got stuff to work on. He's not complacent, and so yeah.
You returning punts earlier in practice. Is that something you do often, or is it possibly?
I don't know. Y'all had to see. I had to wait and find out. Nah, I'm joking, y'all. Nah, I do that just to get warmed up and just catch the ball. And one day I may be a safety blanket. I can catch the ball, so I don't mind going back there. So.
Yeah, we would talk to you about Jalen last year. And you kind of, I don't know if you were joking or not, but you're like, I'm trying to get him to lighten up.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
No. No, especially not in the building. No. He's locked in. He's focused. This is a self-driven person, who want to achieve a lot, man, and he's locked in. I had to catch him outside of here. Talk to him on the phone. To have a little chuckle. But yeah. So I know him. So yeah.
It's probably our last time talking before next week.
Okay.
What are you hoping to get out of those practices in particular next week?
Just to go against other people, other different. I'm tired of seeing James and Schley and Josh Jobe, and because they've seen it all. They've seen the splits, they've seen the routes, and you want to judge yourself on how well you do against others, and it'll be a really good time, a really good chance to see where we at, this team, and going against other people and competing at a high level, just seeing a different jersey, and just see how this team reacts to competing against someone else, not just ourselves. So yeah.
Dallas preseason opens on Saturday. How much do you feel like you need to play in that game for you to feel comfortable with where you are at this point in the preseason?
I feel pretty comfortable where I'm at. We get good work against incredible defense every day. But really, whatever the coaches need to see, whatever the coach want to see, it's always good to get a feel for the speed of a real game, get tackled once or twice, but really up to their discretion. I know we got 2 joint practices the next couple weeks, so we'll see what they decide. But football's back. We're all excited. Whenever you can get on that field, it's a good day. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to watching these young guys go to work when I'm not in there, and just seeing who's going to be the X factor, who's going to make the team that was kind of on the bubble.
Seems like Jalen's been finding you a lot, especially when he's on the run during camp so far. I guess, what's the development been like in terms of you being on the same page during scramble drills and stuff like that?
Yeah, just for me in scramble drills, I run my route. I just watch Jalen the whole time. I'm looking for him so he can find a lane with me. And then once he starts rolling, just working with him, trying to give the defense a little deception and just be a relief to him. He's got the potential to run. So if I stay on the move, I can keep a defender on my back. And if he doesn't like me, he can always run it. So it's a good combination, and vice versa on that. If the defense is going to think Jalen's going to run, they might come down on him and leave a receiver wide open. So just always trying to stay in phase with him and just give him an outlet.
It seems like he picked up right where he left off last year. He's been playing pretty well during camp. I guess what in your opinion goes into that? What's made him so good during camp?
Yeah, just he's got one of the most incredible mindsets. work ethics. Right after the Super Bowl, he flushed that. He was ready to get to this season. We were able to throw with him a little bit in California. We've been throwing a lot here before the season. He strives for greatness. He wants to be a great player in this league for a long time, and he wants to win. And it's an everyday thing for him. He doesn't take a day off. I know he brought his whole computer system, film set up to watch film in California in the off season. So he just cares so much about this game, and as a quarterback, that's what you want.
What is the computer system like? Is it like really elaborate?
Man, I didn't see that. I didn't know what it was, but it seemed like it was more than the iPad that I watched film on. So I'm sure after they paid him, they hooked him up with something real good to make sure he stayed on his P's and Q's. But everybody knows he will.
Miles Jack was on the field last year during that game against the Steelers. I know it's a long time ago, but do you remember anything from that? What's it like to get the linebacker mixed up against these guys in practice?
Yeah, this was their first day practicing. It was exciting to get the 2 new linebackers out there, see what they can do, battle out, give us different looks. It's always fun the first couple days because they haven't seen the routes we're running and stuff like that. So we have the advantage early on, and just see how fast they can adjust and get caught up with our defense, and see when they start making plays. It's exciting. I'm happy that they're both here, and excited to see how they can help improve this team.
Did you get any reps against Miles Jack today?
I don't think so. I think he was more in with the 2s when they were rolling. Just the fact that he's only been here a couple days. Let him slowly work his way in. First day, he probably didn't get as many reps as everybody else, but he'll work in there, and I'm excited to match up against him.
Now, it's offensively, you return 9 starters, whereas on defense, there's a bit more turnover. Do you view it as an offense as something where you say early on, we're going to need to be firing on all cylinders and kind of, carry us early because we do have the returning guys versus what the defense has with a lot of new faces?
Yeah, I think as a team, we have high expectations. As an offense, we have high expectations and, a high standard of play. And with the new turnover on defense, that doesn't change. We're expecting them to play really well from the start. Just like any team early in the year, you might have a mistake here and there. We want to make sure those are all eliminated here in practice before we get to that. So, no, I wouldn't say that we're going to rely on our offense. I think it's a team game, and we need all 3 phases to be there. And I think our defense has been clicking really well with the new pieces that we got.
The difference a season makes for Jalen Hurts, probably a list you don't pay attention to, but we do, is the top 100 of NFL players. He's 3 yesterday. Last season he wasn't even on it. But everyone says he hasn't changed at all. Training camp-wise, last year he's the same as this year. Why do you think he hasn't changed even with all of this success?
Yeah, he probably says it better than anybody, but he doesn't care about any of that. He's worried about one thing, and that's winning and becoming a great player. Obviously getting the glory, getting MVP runner-up, all that stuff. Those are accolades that are incredible, and I'm sure he's very thankful for them, but they don't mean anything to him. He's got one thing, and he wants to win. He wants to win Super Bowls. He wants to be a great quarterback that way. Super happy for him. I think he should have been number 1, but I'm just really excited for him and excited to continually watch him grow because I think he's going to take another step this year, and he's going to have a really, really big year.
What's it like, you had some time going up against Sean. You had some time
Hey, man, we golfed yesterday. Slay, he's so good. Anyways.
You had your number there? No? You've been going up against Sean Desai's defense for a little while now. I guess what's it like getting looks against that, and what stands out about it?
Yeah, he's been doing a good job putting his players in good positions. They've been disguising their coverages really well. Sometimes you get fooled on that, and he's got them flying around. We got certain plays that they recognize, and they come downhill, try to blow it up, blow somebody up, and block destruction's a big thing for them. They're going to be a physical defense, and they've been doing a good job. They've been getting better each and every day. It's been getting harder and harder for the offense, and that's just kind of what you want to see this time in training camp.
Is there a competitive aspect between him and Brian Johnson, like kind of trying to get each other in disadvantageous looks or anything like that?
I haven't seen it too much. Sometimes you see trash talk between the OC, DC. Haven't seen it too much, but we're getting really good work out there. They're giving us good looks. I think he's learning every day, situationally, things like that. He gets better and better.
You mentioned earlier about Jalen that you're looking forward to seeing him into this game. Have you noticed any kind of differences so far this training camp and last year?
Last year he came out to training camp firing. He was making checks early on in camp, and I think that just continued to develop his understanding of the game, his detail in the game is just getting better and better, and I think that just helps him be able to play. He's processing all the information before the snap, not during the snap, and I think that's a benefit to everybody on the offense.